Hey friends, welcome back to The Generous Poor, where we're saving smarter, spending intentionally, and pouring into a life we love. I'm Lori, and today we are doing our July week number 3 cash unstuffing and budget with me. My husband is home from his work trip, and he brought back chocolates and different things for us, and it is honestly not a bad way to come home. I literally loved it. But before anyone misunderstands what I'm about to say, I absolutely love my husband. But does anyone else secretly sleep so well when their spouse travels or when they're gone for the night or they're somewhere? Not because you don't miss them, but because the house has its own rhythm. The schedule is my schedule, and I don't have to wonder if anybody's coming in late, getting up early. I don't have to turn off the lights, because everyone's going to bed. I can just be. And then when they're home, everything feels complete again. And so I love both of them, but I also love the time when we're apart. Sorry, I said it. Anyway, this week has been, I was like, oh, we're getting into this rhythm of like this peaceful summertime. People are settling into their routines. And we are kind of like that. We're not perfectly organized. We're not checking every box, but we're settling in. But we're still sort of experiencing these little hiccups. And you'll see that when I unstuffed my wallet this week, because we had a couple of things that happened. So let's grab so what I like to do is I like to unstuff my wallet from the week. And actually, this is not week number 3. It's week number 2. Because I budget for the week ahead and then I unstuff the prior week. So we are going to get into this. So let's start with groceries. Groceries should have $147. It was just me and my youngest here, except for during the weekend. And so we didn't spend as much as I initially thought we were going to spend. So here's 100. So I owe groceries $3. Let's see, groceries $3. Spending. Do I have anything in spending? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used cash this week for my spending. Let's do home. Home is going to be $20. We had to get, or I did. I had to get this. It's called wet something, and it goes on the outside of our mailbox because our mailbox starts to get mossy, and you just kind of spray it on there and wipe it off, and the moss is gone, and it's like a miracle. It's like a miracle in a bottle. I really, really love it. And so I had to buy a bottle of that. And then the good news, though, is I bought it at Costco. And so it's going to last me like 100 years because I only needed it for our little mailbox, but whatever. Okay, so out and about, 44 was a dinner out. And then 17, on Sunday, we had a huge storm here. 4th of July through, I would say, Monday night, Tuesday night. And it was crazy. I mean, a huge storm. It was like 1 minute it was fine, and the next minute it's like everything was blown over. And so a lot of people lost power, and I mean, it was honestly crazy. It was the craziest storm I've ever seen. And so anyway, Sunday night, we went out to ice cream as a group, 3 of us. So that's what I have to take out of here. So it's going to be 50, 60, and this is for dinner and the night out. So I'm going to take out 61, put that back in my out and about. And I still owe groceries $3. Generosity, I used buffer. Did I go into buffer this week? Did I use my buffer? I'm going to do this, but we owe it 3. Wellness, hobbies, holiday. No, buffer is a different one. So I am going to, because I don't think I have any change. Do I have 10? I only have a 10. So 5, let me see something here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to go like this and take this 10 out and then put this into my spending, even though it was 5 out of home and 5 out of spending, just so I can give my $3 back to groceries. So we will put $3 back in groceries, and now that's done. So that is my wallet. And then we are going to get into my sinking funds. So I'm going to be taking out, I'm going to be taking out a buffer. I'm going to be taking out 250. And the reason I'm taking 250 out, 250, is because after we had a massive heat wave last week, and I had my car outside, and I went into my car, and there must have been a little chip in my windshield, maybe from when we went up to Vermont, but there was a little chip in my windshield that kind of went across my entire windshield. So I had to pay $250 to get my window, my front windshield of my car fixed because it was cracked. And yeah, that stunk. It was, I was devastated because it was a lot of money. So we are going to be taking out, let's see here. Let's see what we have. So we have 250. So I need to take out 20 for pearl. Let's do 20 for pearl. And this is her food every single week. So what is it's a 7? I don't even know what today is. 7, the 10? I think it's the 10th. So we're going to do minus 20. And so we should have 202 left in pearl. And then we're going to take out 65 from hobbies because I bought some things on Etsy. I've been buying things on Vinted, actually, and some saving challenges from the some UK cash stuffers, 50, 65. And it's actually been amazing because it's like people who use their stuff and then want to kind of send it on. And I love giving it sort of a second life. And so I love that. I love that for me. And it's such a huge savings over the big, you know, mail, like what they charge you for the mail. So anyway, hobbies, I'm going to be taking out 50. Hobbies. Oh wait, was that wellness? Yeah, that was wellness. That hobbies is where I'm taking out from my Vinted purchases. My hobbies, I bought some new, I had to get some new makeup. And so I took that out of wellness and that was 65. I mean, makeup is so expensive and it's not even makeup. It's like, I don't wear a ton of makeup, but it's like concealer, and I had to buy concealer, some liquid blush, and a powder, and it was $65. What? Crazy. Just crazy. And I went to the bottom of the barrel on my old cosmetics because I was like, I'm going to use all of it. So that's what I've kind of given myself the task of, all of it. I'm going to use everything because it's just too expensive not to. Because every time I open up my medicine cabinet, I'm like, everything in here is like a $1 bill or a $5 bill or more than that. So I'm going to take out $150 for 4th of July. Hopefully everybody had a nice 4th of July. We went to the beach with some friends, and then I'm going to take this out. This is my 4th of July tracker. And I'm going to move, our next one is Labor Day. I'm going to move that into the next holiday. And I don't know what the one after that is, but I'll switch it. But now I'll put this in here. So the next holiday is going to be, I put this one because we do sort of a seafood, for Labor Day. They do like a lobster boil or lobster thing. And so that's what reminded me of that. But anyway, so that's all done. And let's count it up. Let's make sure we have what we are supposed to have. So 250. Like I said, it was a spendy week. I mean, it felt like it wasn't spendy, but it was spendy because, so 763, I guess, wasn't too bad. And this is coming from my high yield savings account. So when my categories reach 100, I usually pull the money and put in my high yield savings account. And what I like about that is I have buckets in there, and so everything kind of sits in there. And this is just my visual in my envelopes. It's just like nice to see what I have in my envelopes. And I really love doing it this way. So anyway, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 35. So 535. And what I'll do is all I do is I just transfer it out of my high yield savings account into my checking account, and then I pay my credit card. So now we should have 228. So 1, 2, 25, 26, 27, 28. Perfect. So 228 in cash. And so that will just go right back to the bank. And that is it for my unstuffing. And I'm going to put this back in here, and I put it in the back for the bank. I love that. This has been such a game changer. I love every single week going through, because when we went up to Vermont, a lot of places were cashless. It was like, in fact, cash only card. And so we're living in a world that is pushing back on cash. And so we are hybrid, because I love to keep in my wallet cash and use that when I can, but sometimes it's just not feasible. So as much as I can, I do, but I also use my credit card. But I make sure every single week I reconcile what I've put on my card and pay myself back, so that I'm not racking up. Because old me would be like, oh, what, next month, and then the next month, and then the next month would turn into, you know, all these interest rates, you know, high. And I don't want to get back into that. I just do not. So anyway, let's put this off to the side. We will put this right here, and we will go through and do my budget for July 3rd. I can't even believe it's July 3rd. It's the third week of July. It's honestly crazy. It feels like the beginning of the year just went by at a snail's pace, and now we are sprinting. Is anybody doing Christmas in July? I am only doing for Wealth Reset Wednesday, I'm only doing minis. I'm going to be doing my minis, because I've been putting in money for, I have been putting in money for my, oh my goodness, into my Christmas category. And so I don't feel like I have to play catch up, but it's nice to kind of do that. And so that maybe towards November, I will have fully funded those categories, which would be amazing. So groceries this week is going to get 210. And we are cash stuffing 1,100. 1,211, so 200, and then my spending is going to get 75. Home is going to get its usual 25, which is crazy, because it just feels like every time I turn around, I'm using my home for something. Out and about, which is date night, dining out, all of it. That's that category. Whoops. And then 10, and then my buffer gets 25 every week. So let's get into our priority. This is our high priority binder, and we will go through this first. So I am not, I'll put this back there. I am not going to be funding emergency fund. I only do these at the beginning of the month. But buffer, put that right there. So buffer here is for my wallet. So $25, and buffer here is for my category, for my sinking funds. And since we just took out $250 for my windshield, I'm going to be putting in, I'll do 25. And then Pearl, she has 202. She gets 50 every week. Home maintenance, I'm going to skip. Yard and garden, I have 135. I'm going to put in 75. And only because we are getting towards the end of the month, and I have to fund this. We have some yard projects, and we have to pay our the guy who mows our lawn. So health, I still have not received our dental reimbursement. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but I'm hoping that that's going to put a little bit more extra. It's going to put extra into this, because I had to pay $310 in May, and I'm assuming any day now I'll be getting something back. I just don't know what. Health is going to get 50, and travel, we are taking a trip, and so I need to put money into this. And then wellness, I just took out 65, so I'm going to put back 75. into wellness. Hobbies, I'm going to skip. It has 100. I have put myself on an Etsy ban. I'm like, every time I see something, I'm like, I need that. And it's only like $10 or whatever, but it's like, it adds up. So I am not spending any more for right now. Giving is going to get 25. Okay, that is going to do it for my high priority binder. And then I am going to do the boys, and they're each going to get 5. And this is just something extra for them. I'm going to skip birthdays because birthdays has 151. Our next big birthday is in October, so we're good. Gifts, we have, I need to clean this off. We have 135. I'm going to do 25. So we have 361. And I think that is going to do it for this binder. Yes, that is going to do it for this binder. This is a non-paycheck week for us. We are a bi-weekly paid family, and so I want to make sure that, you know, I don't overdo it. I don't overdo it on the weeks that we don't get paid. Okay, so, and this is a 5-week month for us, so we have 2 more weeks after this one. So we're going to do my 50 envelope this week. That got $6 I rolled. Let's count this up. 200 plus 75. So 881. So 330. So we have games is going to get 125. Games is going to get 25. My B binder, which is my nephew's wedding, is going to get 75. And then my games, my minis is going to get 80. And my tinies is going to get 50. Okay, so let's make sure this is right. Whoops. Oh, is that right? Oh, I think that was right. No, I don't. I think I might be $25 off. Oh, let's see. That's it. Okay, whew. 1211. Okay. If I can figure out how to speed that up, I will. But I'm not really good at that. So that is going to do it for our 3rd week of July cash stuffing. It's mostly regular categories, just keeping everything moving forward. You know, it's an ordinary week. But sometimes the ordinary weeks are the ones that quietly change everything. It's the little consistent showing up. It's not the big vacation. It's not the big car purchase or anything like that. It's the quiet ones. So anyway, that is it for our cash stuffing. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I think this week reminded me that life doesn't have to be busy to be meaningful. Sometimes the best weeks are the ones where nothing dramatic happens. The groceries stay on budget. You spend time with friends and routines are settling in. You do still have those hiccups and different things that happen because of course life is, you know, the way it is, but you check a few things off your list and you leave the rest for tomorrow. That to me feels like success. And I'm leaning more and more into that I just am trying not to be in a rush to finish my day and my life. So anyway, thank you for spending your Friday morning with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I will see you back here on Sunday for my cash stuffing. And if you enjoyed today's video, I'd love to have you subscribe and join our little community here at the Generous Pour. But until next time, keep saving smarter, spending intentionally, and pouring into life you love. Have a great rest of your weekend.